Hi everyone. Today I will explain what is a script include and how it can be called from server side, client side, and what is the how it is synchronized with the GlideAjax. So basically, script include is a server side code which can be used both in client side as well as in server side. Uh, and then coming to its types, it is of three types. That is on demand, then defining a new class and extending an existing class. So on-demand script include is also known as the classless. Why classless? Because it just include one function where we can define the function and its purpose. No class needed for on-demand. And for on-demand script include it can only be called from the server side only. For calling a script include from both from the client side, we need to define a class or use existing class. So today, let me first show you the script include form. So you can see under system definition we have module script include. So when we open this script include form, you can see when we click on this new button, this script include is called from client side only when this client callable checkbox is ticked. If it is if it is client side, like could define if it is using a class, and if it is checkbox is not ticked, then it can't be called from the client side. So yeah, today in the scenario I will show you one use case of script include. So suppose we have one catalog item, we have one field, reference field, sorry, language, country, and another one is the country ID. So when the user select the country ID will be populated automatically. You can see this catalog item form. So when we select when the user will select the country, the requirement is the uh, the country ID should populate here. So as country ID is so country so for that we need to write one script include and one catalog client script in which we will use GlideAjax. So first I will write the script include. First I will write the client script. So this is the catalog item. We have catalog client script related list. Just click on new button. Okay, so I will show you the variable names. So we don't have country ID, we just have only country field. So this is a reference field. So for that, fetching the value from the server side, we need to call that script include through GlideAjax. So yeah, uh, so you can see we have country. The variable name is u underscore country. For country ID, it is u underscore country underscore ID. So yeah, here we can write on change of country. You have to select on change because whenever the country field is changed, its ID should be populated. So we were writing on u underscore country field. what here we will write, we will use the GlideAjax API, and here we will, in the bracket, we will write the script include name here. Then we have add param. We have add param method, which we can call the method of the script include. So suppose the method which I will create is get country ID. So basically syspam we use to call the method. Then we will pass the value of the variable, that is country, that is reference field. So for that we can give any name. Here we should give syspam name, and here we should give syspam any name like country. Because we are passing the value of country, we can give country, and we can pass the value from form so form.get value, and the backend name of the country is country. Yeah, so now we have to use getXML method, and inside the method we have to use callback function, that is country ID, we can give any name. Then we have to define this function and response, we will get the response in the answer variable. So here we can define answer variable equal to response. What we get from the script include is like that, response xml dot document element dot get attribute answer. So here the answer will be collected in the answer variable. Then we can use set value to set the value for the country ID. So the backend name for country ID is u_country ID, and here we want to put the answer. And finally we have to return, and we have to save this client script. Now we will go to the script include, and we will create one new script include, and we will copy the name from here, because this name should be from this GlideAjax. So we will give this name, we will take this client callable, otherwise it should not be called. Then we have to define the method here, the method which we were used in the onChange client script, that is get country ID. So like this we define here method name, then function, and here we should write the code. So what is happening, we will glide record, the core country table, because this country value is taking value from the core country field. You can see if I open this record, you can see it is taking value from core country table. So let me open core country table. So, and let me open one record. Okay, so now we will add query, and we will use this id to get the value, and here the we can see here we have used syspalm country parameter to get the value of the country, and it is passing the sys id. So we can to fetch this value in the script include, we need to write like this dot get parameter, and whatever value we pass, we write here the parameter name syspalm underscore country, and we will write gd underscore query. Then if gr dot next, if it has any record, we will pass the value what we want. So for we want to populate this value country code, that is ISO sort here. So we will check the backend name. So the backend name is ISO 3166 underscore 2. So we will pass this value. And we will return this value to the client script. So this value will be returned. So this value will be written to the client script. Okay. So now we will go again to client script and we'll check if everything is fine. The country ID answer. Okay. Now let me check this catalog item. It is if it is working fine or not. So yeah, now we will check if by selecting the country, its country code is populated or not. So when we select this country, suppose Angola, so you can see this on changing of countries or its country ID is populated. So again when we change this country to some other country, this country ID is populated. So yeah, so in this way the client is script include and GlideAjax works together. We can call script include from client side by using the GlideAjax. Yeah, so thank you.